Hi guys, Dark Tiger 83 here, or Kira the Dark Tiger, and today I will be showing you how to do a makeup portrayal based on Sans the Skeleton from Undertale. This is for my final project for my stage makeup course at the University of Montana. So, without further ado, let's get started. The first thing I have to show you is my schematic, which is something that makeup artists use in order to plan their makeup design. And this is the design I have for you today. Upon entering 3 different suggestions to my instructor, she selected Sans Skeleton for me, with the caveat that I have to do it in a pixelated form, which is a relief to me because I suck at doing realism, and I'm much better with pixel art. So this is the front view. Makeup artists have to do 2 different views. The second one is a profile shot. And of course we have the trademarked bad time eye right here. So, with that out of the way, here's what you'll need for this look. For prep work, you will need the following items. You will need some sort of facial cleanser. I use Olay Daily Facials 5-in-1 water activated dry cloths, but you can use whatever cleanser that is best for your skin. You yourself know your own skin. You will also need a sort of toner. I use Neutrogena alcohol-free toner. It declares that it won't strip the skin's natural moisture. You will also need something to apply it with. Typically these are applied with cotton balls or tissues, but I also have makeup wedges. You will also need these, and not beauty blenders. Those are have a higher potential to be contaminated with germs. After applying the toner, you will need a sort of moisturizer. I have Pond's Crema Nourishing Moisturizer. Not a lotion, a moisturizer. They're 2 separate things. Not a lotion with moisturizer, it has to be a plain moisturizer. And then finally, for prep work, you will need a primer. I use Neutrogena Healthy Skin Primer with SPF 15. Try not to use makeups with SPF if you can help it. But this is the one I use. That's for prep work. For the actual makeup design, we will be using a white facial cream. This is Ben Nye. It is a brand of professional, a line of professional makeups for stage. You'll also need an electric blue of some sort. I have with me a cream eye color, Coastal Blue from Mary Kay. You may also need an eyeliner, a liquid eyeliner as well. I selected a light blue electric eyeliner from Mary Kay as well. You may not need that. It depends on how you apply the makeup. You will also need a black of some sort. The only black I could find was this one. I know I have a different one from Mayron. It's an eye cream, but I couldn't locate it at this moment. So we're using this one. I believe it may also be Mary Kay, but I have no idea. Coincidentally, you can also use any makeup palette that has a black in it. This is a Mayron Bruise Palette 505B. If you were to use the black in it, it would be this one. Aha! You will also need brushes of some form, whatever size you feel is best for the job. I have several different brushes that I may or may not end up using, including these flat brushes, this foundation brush, and you will also need a black eyeliner pencil or eyebrow pencil. This is an eyebrow pencil, black EP9 from Ben Nye. So, without further ado, let's get started.
So firstly, what you want to do is you want to put on your toner. Now you can use a tissue or a cotton ball, but however you do it, you just need to make sure you move in an upward motion, then put your moisturizer on. Make sure you get all parts of your face, including your eyelids and your neck. Afterwards, put your primer on. Again, make sure you get all areas of your face and your neck. You should only need a little bit of it, like maybe a dollop of it, and then you should be good to go. One thing I should also mention is that before all of this prep work, you should have used your cleanser on your face. I did that off screen. And so next, after I find myself some bad time music to put on, we'll be using our black colored pencil to draw the boundary lines of Sansa's face. Now, as we're doing this in a pixelated form, I had to make sure to grid the face as appropriately as possible, make the lines as straight as possible, and to keep the unit sizes or the individual pixels as consistent as possible. This portion may take a long time to get through. In fact, I think the outlining alone took me 20 to 30 minutes. But in order to keep it looking good, remember to stay patient and stay determined. And you'll see I keep looking at my computer screen because I have a guide picture of Sans on my computer screen. Make sure you have a guide with you that is not your schematic, meaning original material. You might have to maneuver your face in a bunch of different funky ways. Sorry, a bunch of different funky ways in order to get the lines that you need. Especially for me because my face is a little pudgy. Not too bad, but still have to pull some stuff taut. Right now I'm applying the lines of the cheek. And the lines are very the lines are currently pretty light in color, but we will darken them as we continue. I'm pulling the makeup all the way to my ear so that it appears as though the entirety of my head is skeletal in nature. I think this is me trying to find a balance between being able to see myself and being able to see the lines and making sure that they look pretty good. And I'm darkening the lines here just to make sure that I have a solid border here. Darkening the lines on the other side. And with that, we've created Sans's rounded jawbone and pudgy cheek. Next, I am creating the nose socket. It's basically just like a square type shape. So I basically trace the middle of my nose where the cartilage and bone meet, and just put straight lines around my nostrils so I can color them in later. And right now what I'm doing is I'm creating the socket lines for Santa's eyes, including the bags under his eyes. And I'm sharpening my pencil. You may have to do that a couple times. Alright, now I am drawing the pupils, or the eyelights of Sans. For this project, I accidentally mirrored or swapped which eye was supposed to have the blue in it. I accidentally put it on my right eye instead of my left eye. So it came out a little weird, but it turned out. I can't remember why I got up and walked away for a second. I think it was to do something unimportant. I don't remember. Skipping on. At this point, the outlining of the face is done, and I am currently looking for brushes to put my white on. I originally tried using the triangle wedges that I had, but found that the makeup application was too uneven and wasn't spreading well enough, so I switched to the foundation brush. And it also allows for me to have greater control over the lines. Earlier you saw me pulling my lips apart in order to put the white on them. That's so the color can go into the crevices of my lips. Trying to make the color as even as possible and keep tissues on hand in case your nose starts to decides to start running, or your eyes decide to start watering, as they often tend to do while you're doing makeup. If you need to brush off some of your paint without wasting it, go ahead and move to a different portion of your face, as I did, just to get the excess off. I accidentally got white on my hands, so. At this point, I think I kind of realized that I had either forgotten the top border of the head and then promptly drew on myself with the brown pencil. And I, at this point, realized that my hair was going to be a problem. So, I remember why it disappeared. It was to go find my wig cap, because I wanted to try and create like a bald look for Sans, but I couldn't find it. So what I am doing instead is I've elected to put bobby pins in my hair to move my hair back, and then I'm altering the border around my head. I realized that I made the lines too long or too tight in, so I fixed that. Went back to putting white on my face. A lot of busy work here, but again, it takes patience and determination, definitely. Lots of determination. Determination! Now, generally when you're putting on makeup, I forgot to mention this earlier, but you want to typically start with white or lighter colors before putting on black or darker colors. The reason for this being is because if you put dark colors below white colors, it will smear the dark colors and kind of blend them together, and it kind of creates this this smeared look, which you might want for different projects, but not for this one. We want solid, clear, pixelated lines. So the reason I did the border of the face first is because I wanted a boundary of where the color would start and end. And at this point I'm putting on the supposed to be the right highlight, but I switched it to left. I'm working with a mirror image, so technically I matched my schematic. Actually, no, I didn't. I lied. So I'm putting on the white highlight, kind of made it a little square on my eyelid and a little below my eyelid. Then I did the outline of the blue eye with the teal eyeliner, the liquid eyeliner. And originally I was just going to do the border of that, and not much else other than that. But then I went to go put on the other color, and I had to test it on my hand first because I looked at it and remembered, wait, I was using this color with Kindred and it was too dark. So I decided to go against that, and regardless of the eyeliner being teal, I decided to go with that because it was more noticeable, showed up better, and popped a little more. I figured it would be better for the magical bad time trademarked eye that Sans has and is known for, among other things. I think at this point I'm trying to clean up the smears and smudges I left. Clean and clear. At this point I returned to painting Hank's vertebrae, which I had lost the boundary lines for because I completely forgot they were supposed to be there. But I took care of that anyways. And now I am taking the black, which I was actually pleased on how dark it ended up being and how well it spread, and I'm putting the border around my face. And we're handling the borders, the lines, and the contortions I have to do, and the eye sockets before moving on to the smile, because that is the most prevalent thing, and I wanted it to be last, just so it wouldn't be smeared if I had to alter everything else. I keep moving my nose and lips as if I'm a rabbit. It's cute. Now the brush I was using was a flat Ben Nye brush. I'm not sure what number it is, but it was small and flat, and it was actually the perfect size for me to paint out the individual pixels on my face. So I used that to create the straight lines that I needed so badly, and to create individual pixels, and it worked so well, and I was very pleased with how it turned out. Now I'm going around the border. Make sure that you blend, if you can, you blend the black into your hairline, just so that it looks completely natural. I'm trying to do as much lost my train of thought, never mind. I think at this point in time I went off to dry my face, or air dry my face with a fan I had nearby, just to make sure that black people of the bad kind eye would dry and not crease. It turned out very well. I was actually very happy with how that turned out, and now I'm painting the border of the eye socket on the non-magical eye. Try not to cross the border of the white and smear it, but at the same time attempting to make the lines as one and the same as I can. Moving on to the next eye, process. I also made a point to put as much color on my eye lines or tear lines as I could, just to create the empty socket feeling without adding any excess color. Painting away. I can't remember, was there a child in Undertale that was known for painting? I can't remember. One of the traits was, let's see, there was Integrity, who was known for the toy knife and the ballerina flats. Or no. It was Patience. Patience that was known for the toy knife and the ribbon. There was Bravery, who was known for the boxing gloves and bandana. There was Justice, who was known for the cowboy hat and the pistol. Kindness, who was known for the frying pan and the apron. Integrity, this one had the tutu and the ballet flats. Perseverance, that was known for the glasses and sketchbook. Was it a sketchbook or was it like a journalism notebook? I can't remember as much anymore. And then I think there was one more. Or was that it? I think that was it, aside from determination. And Char's determination was known for the heart-shaped locket and the reeled knife. At this point, I'm outlining the vertebrae. Trying to color as much of my face as I can. Blending it into my ear. Creating as finite of lines as possible. And you want to make sure that these lines are as solid and visible as possible, especially if you're doing this for stage or cosplay, because you want to be sure that it can be seen. Alright, now we're moving on to the smile, the trademark permanent smile on Sansa's face. So I use the brush to paint out the different pixels of the smile, trying to make sure that everything matches up on both sides so that I don't get a crooked or lopsided smile. At this point, I also took to wiping off the brush after every pass for the pixels because I'd get white on the brush. And I wanted as solid black lines as possible, so I'd just wipe off the excess. And I keep twitching my mouth. Why do I keep doing that? But anyway, I wanted to be sure I had as solid lines as possible. I'm trying to do as much painstaking work on this as possible to make sure the lines meet up. And now we get into the teeth. Okay. Yes, we do. Trying to make straight lines, lining up with other boundary points on the outline of the smile. I can't get over the little rabbit twitches my face is doing. Like, what is this? I didn't even realize I was doing it. Alright, so there's that. There's the smile. Making sure everything's clear on the western front. Now at this point I tried to use the triangles again to spread the makeup, but it wasn't working, so I went back to the brush. As tedious as it is, it's accurate. I think at this point I also started having to dig into the makeup. Well, not necessarily dig into it, but reach further for some good globs of makeup. I wasn't entirely sure how much I should do in terms of the black, because I wanted to do as much as possible and encompass as much of the neck as possible. But I started running out of time, so I kind of did a little panic and kind of cut myself off short, but made up for it with the costume I selected afterwards. Along with the black, I also made sure to blend it down into my neck. Not that it mattered all that much because it was hidden under the hoodie I selected. Unfortunately, I didn't have my cosplay with me because I left it at my my home. Twas a shame. It was a real shame. Alright, so what I'm doing right now is I'm putting on a makeup setting spray. Try to use the setting spray as opposed to a powder. Let it sit for a little bit. And then at this point I went off to take pictures. So while you're staring at the back wall, let me talk to you about powder, because you want to be very careful when you're using powder, because applying the powder, especially with a brush, has the potential to smear the makeup. At this point, I'm taking close-up photos for the project. So I would go for setting spray, just to make sure that the lines stay solid and natural. It dries pretty fast, and it doesn't make the makeup leak at all. Yay! And that was Sam's. So I'm gonna turn it back to past me, and we'll go through the post makeup application.
So there you have it. This is how you create Sans from Undertale. Exciting stuff. Although, in hindsight, I think I might have put the blue eye on the wrong eye because I was working with a mirror. But it turned out great. Really, I'm actually really pleased with how it turned out. So, ta-da! This is how you create Sans from Undertale. Now, here comes an important part as well to the process, removing the makeup. For this, you will need, after I stop sitting on my mirror, you will need a sort of makeup remover of your choice. I use Neutrogena because I like Neutrogena. You will also need You will also need some cold cream. I have Pond's Cold Cream Cleanser. This can be used in place of makeup remover as well, but it will take a lot more time. This will just clear whatever's left off. After that, you will need to reapply your cleanser or use another set of cleanser. And you will also need to put on another round of moisturizer as well afterwards. So I'll get started on doing that, show you how I remove my makeup, and let's get started.
Alright, so after removing the sweatshirt, I used 2 sets of makeup removing cleansing cloths to clear away the makeup. It comes off fairly easy, but with some exceptions, the black smears everywhere. It is annoying and frustrating to look at it this way, but it'll get better, I promise you. So you clear off as much as you can. There was a little bit of trouble getting the what is it called? The blue eyeliner off. For some reason, it just would not come off. But yeah. So I ended up using, I think, 2 makeup removing cloths, and then afterwards you want a good dollop of cold cream. Get it all around your face and your neck and your eyes as well. Let it sit for a couple minutes, just to let the cold cream work into your skin. It'll be about a minute. While you're waiting, you can go ahead and clean up your makeup station, like I'm doing. And off screen, I will be reapplying, I'll be rinsing it off. You want to rinse off the cold cream, as much of it as you can, and reapply your cleanser. And I'll do that off screen and get back to you in a second. Away I go! And voila! It is magically off my face. Hooray! Now, last but not least, you want to reapply your moisturizer as best as you can. If you have to find it first. I end up putting a dot on 3 fingers, doing a bit of a crucifix type thing for some reason. A dot on my nose, a dot on each cheek, a dot on my forehead and my chin, and then use whatever excess there may be on the neck and add a couple more dots as well. Whee! Yay, nice and squeaky clean! Alright, Back to present day me.
And that's it. Your makeup is off, and you're ready to go on to the next obstacle in your life. Oh, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a wonderful day. This is Dark Tiger 83, signing out.